the status of the of Uncle having sword from standard mode, so we will get 1 of 7 weapons from Uncle at the start here. And looks like sword's not going to be that weapon this time, as Uncle didn't appear to have the sword on him. We'll see which of our other weapons we do get. Well, Uncle doesn't have the Cane of Samaria, but if we do get the blue cane or another, or Fire Rod would probably just use the Fire Rod, but if we get the blue cane, you may see the runners opt to use the red cane instead. And even with the magic, and they will get some magic pots as well, so if they get bombs, they may opt to use the red cane for a couple locations also. We'll see exactly what decisions they do decide to make here, as this does make some options. Of course, if we get the bow or the hammer, the runners will just use the bow or the hammer. Those are really fast as well. Just the cane actually very efficient. 10 bombs. So we'll see, as I said, we'll see how the runners decide to use their bombs versus magic now, because they will get, I imagine both runners will pick up a quarter bar of magic from these 2 pots here. And that will give them a little bit more ability to decide how they're going to go ahead and run through everything here. So of course, we're not going to see the runners farm for bombs because they already have the bombs. But yeah, given that all 3 of the enemies that you need to kill in the start of Escape can all be killed with 1 Samaria block, very good chance we're just going to see a Samaria block put down, let the guard run into the Samaria block 3 times. You didn't need that bomb, Scaryolive, but that's okay. I can understand why you went to pick that up. Just sort of reflex in Escape. You're like, oh yeah, bomb drop. 2. Oh no. Well, that's not a huge deal. It's going to affect his plan a little bit. We are going to get some bomb strats from Scaryolive, though. Fortunately, not the most effective of bomb strats. Uh-oh. Back to the cane. Back to cane strats. Okay. Successfully defeated the purple guard. Meanwhile, Dr. Mario going through, we're off to kill the green guard in the next room. So once again, 1 cane of Samaria block should be fairly simple to kill this guard with. He's going to use bomb strats for the last purple guard here. Nice safe strat here. Oh, until he does that, but you just walk around the other side of the chest and same difference. Scaryolive also going to go with the bomb strat here initially. Both runners basically doing the same thing in that last room there. And off we go. Killing the guard with some pots. Of course, the pots do tempered sword damage. So we'll see, and we're just waiting for this guard to move. There we go. Got past the guard. Success. The guard's not giving Scaryolive a very nice time there. Picks up his big key. Through the door he goes. Does not miss Princess Zelda. It is possible, for anyone out there, it is possible to miss Zelda picking up Zelda after you get that chest. I've seen it a couple times. I think most of our runners here are aware of it, but we're going to see exactly how that ends up playing. Obviously, we didn't have any problems here. And Scaryolive also is making his way out of Escape. Both runners, of course, still having plenty of bombs for what they need to do in the near future here. I do wonder if we're going to see Dr. Mario bother picking up some more magic in the sewer. I don't think I think he has enough magic for 1 more block. But it's definitely, I believe he does, because he picked up a quarter magic and each Samaria block uses an 16th of a block. And through the snake hallway, Dr. Murray decided he didn't want to. I actually like throwing a bomb at those guys when you have as many bombs as you do right now. Clears them out and gives you potential for a couple extra drops. But of course, it also uses a bomb, so fully understandable both ways in that situation. So I missed Dr. Mario getting a magic pickup, but he did, so he's got lots of magic to kill this key rat. Got it, just with the placement of the blocks though, so no problems there. Switch back to the bombs for the bomb wall here. And we'll see what kind of fun items we have in here today. Missed the first one. We get a sword and a couple of rupees. Not much going on there yet, but always nice to get a sword. Definitely makes your portion on bombs. Moon Pearl. I missed the Moon Pearl. That's an item. And yeah, there's that Moon Pearl, blue rupee, and sword. And what's our last item in escape today? I think we got the map. Did we never get the map? Okay. Yeah, we did get the map. We got a 5 bomb capacity upgrade. 5 bomb capacity upgrades actually sort of nice to get here. It means if you do decide you want to buy some bombs before leaving Kakariko, it's not a bad option because you will not overfill your bombs. Scaryolive having a little bit of trouble grabbing the lever there. I know that problem. I've had it a couple times. We go here. What do we have on our tree pull today? We have full magic refill. Well, runners aren't going to be complaining about that with the Cane of Samaria already in hand as one of their bigger weapon options. Crab's having just hearts, so that's not a big deal. Lumberjack Cave with 300 rupees, so we're not going to be coming back for that anytime soon. It's possible you could see a runner come back for that if you end up with a seed where we really don't end up with a lot of money. But we do end up with boots and an agar requirement, but you're not going to see anyone specifically going back to aim for that, of course. 20 rupees up in the mushroom spot. We don't need that. We've got enough rupees right now. We only need an extra... Basically any extra rupee drops will give us enough. There we go. We got an extra rupee drop to be able to both buy bombs and pay the vendor in Kakariko. And that's really your biggest thing. And in this situation, you don't even necessarily need enough to buy bombs because you'll still have 3 bombs after Kakariko, even if you never find a single bomb drop in there. So you can definitely continue on right now without needing to buy bombs, especially if you do find a drop or two as you're going through everything here. And puts our bomb down. Let's see what we've got in Blind's hut here. We have a little bit of love, a red boomerang, a lot of love, and a lamp. Lamp's always interesting to get early. Opens up a couple things logically fairly early on, of course. And some more love. So definitely nice to have 5 hearts before I have to go to South Hyrule. Gives you 3 hits on the crabs before they're going to kill you, even in green mail. So that's definitely can help a lot as well. Of course, Scaryolive going through collecting those same items as Dr. Mario. Goes and picks up 10 arrows. What else do we get in here? 5 arrow capacity upgrade. You never really need to see arrow capacity upgrades. A cape. Another 5 arrow capacity upgrade. And a master sword. Interesting. Well, so we already have the ability to kill Aghanim. Actually, we already have Dark World access, period. Now, Dark World access only through Aghanim, but we have a lot of access. Welcome to our second commentator here. Justin Z has joined me here.
Hello, Spiffers!
So we're having lots of fun here. If you haven't been keeping up, we just found Master Sword. We already have Cape, so we've got a lamp. So Aghanim's already on the table, and we have Moon Pearl.
That's a big table. So yeah, I think
we have no gloves. We have no hammer. So it will be interesting if one of the runners does decide to just go do Aghanim in this seed.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Well, how about that?
Oh. So, yeah, this seed is going places.
It certainly is, and that's a pyramid crystal, too, I see at Eastern.
I'm not sure we've actually had a map check. I think that might have been left over from something else.
Ah, okay.
Considering nothing else was marked.
True. Oh! Was that the fire rod?
I missed it, but I will trust your eyes.
It was some kind of rod, yeah, so it's just the color. I think it was fire. So how about that? All right. Well, yeah, the plot is thickening right as I have joined. This is exciting. Yep.
Some bombs. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so it is red crystal and then 2 regular crystals on Desert and Tower of Hera.
Wow, the so-called easy dungeon configuration so far, but not necessarily headed for an easy seed with what is out there right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, as soon as we get a lift upgrade, we have a lot open to us.
True.
Because the lift, well, I guess we don't have access to Desert yet either, so it doesn't actually unlock a lot, but lift upgrade gives you the start of Death Mountain access, and then it goes from there.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So, yeah, so Dr. Marty decides...
Green Pendant in Swamp Palace.
Okay.
So Mirror and Hookshot aren't required for at least the 7 crystals. Hookshot's always required, of course, but...
Technically, quote-unquote.
And also, our runners never need to see flippers this seed unless there is something on, like, the Zora Ledge, or, of course, something in Swamp Palace.
Right. They could always fake flipper to ice if they need to.
Yeah.
All right.
And with knowing that ice is, or the swamp's a green pendant, it gives you more power to just sort of go, yeah, I don't even need, I'm gonna fake flipper because they've got Moon Pearl. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
So the fake flipper to Waterfall Cave. Now, of course, they both got the bow, so they're both going to Eastern Palace, which makes sense.
Understandably, yeah. When that showed up, I think you might have had a situation where they could think about maybe just skipping right over to Aghanim, but that bow shows up and it changes things.
Yeah, the bow shows up. We as soon as I said Aghanim, and now for all we know, we're gonna find the book in here, and then the mirror in Desert, and then we're doing all the Light World dungeons before we can go to Dark World.
A vanilla kind of game, if that happens.
Yep. Guess we still need a lift upgrade for Desert as well, but
find it in there. How about that?
It could happen. I've been there.
Yeah. All right. So, and yeah, it looks like the runners, they're on exactly the same path so far. I mean, no reason they wouldn't have.
It's literally the good old. Oh well, there's the other rod.
Wow. Okay.
Hello, Ice Rod.
Yeah. We'll see if they actually wanted to see that or not when we get to the Dark World.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, is Doc going to grab himself a heart here? Okay, yeah, he is. So we'll have beams for the Skull Kid room. Scaryolive grabbing 11 rupees from around that chest. Of course, that does result in a giant ball in the face, but I did notice the runners are a bit short on rupees, so...
Yeah, a little bit, although it does look like Scary opted to buy bombs from the bomb discrepancy here. I wasn't specifically paying attention at that point, but I would imagine that's what's caused the 14-5 bomb discrepancy.
Yeah, I believe you are correct about that, and we had a fairy and a bottle on Dr. Marty's side in the big chest, so another location.
So this is one of these interesting cases where, if you're me, I actually make the gamble to go straight to Armos Knights at this point.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. It's
the net loss if you're wrong is about 30 seconds, but if you're right, you save about 60, give or take. It takes about 90 seconds to get back in there to the all the way through to the big chest room.
Right.
And then the time spent going around would be the same anyways. And there we go. Would have paid off this seed.
It would have. Now, of course, you are also tempted. Here's the problem: to just pretend like you've gotten everything in Eastern Palace, and that can be seriously bad.
Yeah.
Let's see what Scaryolive does. Yep, absolutely. And nope, Scaryolive's going to be as conservative as you can be.
Yep.
As well.
So as we were saying, it's not like I even sort of specifically say you should do that gamble, but it's an interesting one to take into size. It's one that no one really thinks about. They're all almost, as far as I've seen, almost every runner that's not a very high up runner takes the decision of I need to get all the items first because this is a really long, but it's not actually as much of a time sink as you think it is. I don't think.
Right. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Which is even more true if you have boots. Because the boots do basically nothing for this back part, but they do everything for the opening parts.
Yeah, just this one room that Scaryolive is in now is the only one where there's any difference. Doc Marty with some nice drops in the room with the red eyeballs.
Yeah, some big 20 drop. Big 20s are never really not needed as a drop. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Eventually they're not needed, but in general, you'll pretty much always take them. I think he just overshot his arrows there. I assume he was trying to set up the quick kill.
Yeah.
Shot one too many arrows.
So, nicely done. The runners don't really get anything out of Eastern except that crystal. So, certainly not a bad play.
They got Ice Rod, but Ice Rod doesn't do a lot for you at this point in the seed.
Yeah, not just yet. Scaryolive going ahead and grabbing some more rupees, which, yeah, it seems like really looking for the fake flipper play.
Yeah.
And you can see why, given the items that are out there right now.
Especially with Scaryolive being, because I think Scaryolive was the one that, oh no, Dr. Martio was the one that checked the green pendant, wasn't it?
Yes. That's right. Yeah. All right, so so he hasn't been in here yet.
No, neither player went to Southern Hyrule, right? They both went straight to Eastern.
Ah, yeah, okay. All right, now I feel like I'm getting up to speed. They just immediately went to Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, because they had a lamp, they had bow. They're like,
they had bow. May as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That first arrow fire just a moment too soon there, unfortunately.
Yep. Hate that. It's the worst. It's just sticking on him like, why didn't that damage you?
Yeah. What do we have that was flooded? More rupee. He might actually pick that up. Yep. Yes, he is. We're going for 500 rupees. We need every rupee we can get.
Yeah, right now we do. So let's see what the generous guy has. Scary taking a slash at that Armos Knight.
Yeah. Only 6 arrows at the end of that fight.
Yeah,
Then again, when you have a sword, it's not really a huge deal because though it takes longer, at least you can still finish the fight even if you run out of arrows.
Yeah, you can finish it up. It's just a pain.
I always quick shout out to the bomb strat here. Even when you have a sword, I really like using a bomb on that left side. Just throw a bomb. Don't even worry about really aiming it, and then go kill the one on the right side with the sword.
Yeah, and especially if you've got them to spare.
Yeah. Which we have even more to spare. There we go, Zora money.
Oh, yes. So, a rich seed all of a sudden, and I do have a feeling both.
Do you want to know where even more money is?
Oh, on Lumberjack Cave.
300 rupees there. Oh, look, a fairy. I don't think we really need that, though. Now that we've got blue mail, 4 hearts is more than enough to be walking through all the crabs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Especially with a sword.
Have to have a disaster to get killed by these guys.
Yeah. Wouldn't call it too disastrous, but considering you have the ability to kill them very easily,
yeah,
more of a
even
disaster.
With fighter sword.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Doc, what do we have in the Ice Rod Cave today, since you already have the Ice Rod? Whoa!
Well, I've sort of called it so far.
Yes, we're going to give you credit for that. My goodness.
We're going to postpone the egg play as long as we can, so back for the fake flipper, though.
Yeah, I can still see doing this anyway.
Well, there's no reason you don't do the fake flipper right now. You have the money you need.
Exactly.
You may as well get the checks out of the way. Nice setup.
Nicely done. Yep. Well, Scary actually got some very favorable Moldorm patterns.
Yeah, they all stayed at the bottom, and they're just like, oh, I'll just kill you all then.
Yeah, he did a nice job there. Alright, so 733 for Scaryolive on the back of that extra bit in Eastern.
We'll get to see the refake flipper from the hobo ledge here.
Yep. Looks like he had the setup and then moved. There we go.
My setup's different. I actually do my setup as a walking down setup. It's interesting.
That's the quickest one, isn't it?
I'm not sure exactly. No? You mean the one that the doctor did?
No, that you did. That you did.
Possibly. I don't know. I know very little about the setups. I just found someone told me that it works best going down. I watched a GIF once and I did it that way, and then it's like, well, I've got no reason to learn any other setup. You learn a setup and you just go.
That is true.
If you're not racing for a world record, then why would you worry about anything else?
Right. Outside of the super suboptimal, there's just no reason to give yourself the grief.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so the hook shot. Wow.
So,
we still can't get up to Death Mountain, though.
No, we can't get to Death Mountain. We can't even get to Tower of Harry yet. Even if we could get up to Death Mountain. But we're going to be having some fun here. What do we have on the ledge? 20 rupees. We don't care. So yeah, flippers are only required if there's something required in Swamp Palace at this point.
Yeah. And, well, in the strictest sense, flippers are absolutely required.
Well, yes, flippers are required for Ice Palace, but we're talking about what these runners are doing. Obviously, they both just pulled off fake flippers. They've already proved that, that they don't need them.
Yeah.
But there's a lift. Never mind, we lied. We do need flippers, unless you can do the Dark Water Walk.
Look at that. So
I have a feeling Dr. Marty already saw that, and I just wasn't paying attention at the time.
Yeah, same here. So what is the intended path here? Just trying to piece it together with the information we've got. Of course, there is another lift upgrade out there somewhere.
I would imagine flippers aren't too far down the line, basically, at this point.
Yeah.
Because there's a decent chance that I wouldn't be surprised to see we find a hammer in the fairly near future. We have to go up... Well, actually, we don't even have to go up Death Mountain so much. Boots is the other thing. Will we find boots in the near future? I guess we don't really need them, but...
Yeah, Marty, that's not going to work.
Nope.
Let's see if
it's Desert Palace time, or Aga time, one or the other.
Well, or Sick Kid, he was kind of over that way. I kind of feel like he should have adjusted back over there.
Yeah. So this looks like probably Desert Palace. Yeah. We could see someone just go for the Aga play. Given that we know that there's a lift upgrade that's locked by Dark World, and we had Aga access so early, there's a very good chance that we are going to be doing Aga Tower, and though it's a bit of a pain in the butt to do it, we at least do have the Master Sword, which will make it not totally awful.
Yeah, it definitely improves things. You've also got the bow, so if you want to grab some more arrows somewhere and then unload those on the guards, that also helps.
Yeah.
Although...
It doesn't help when you miss your arrow on the vulture.
Yeah. Oh, Scary, must have touched the land, so gonna have to kind of walk the long way here.
I often just hit the land here intentionally as well, because even though it's slower, I'd rather not risk getting hit by a fireball and then having whatever happens when that occurs.
Yeah, you get stuck.
Did you just get killed, or does something weird happen if you're in water walk?
You just keep trying to jump off the deep water. It's like you're jumping into water no matter what you do. So you're stuck.
But you can still save and quit out of that, though, right?
You can, but you've lost.
Unlike if you fail a fake flipper setup.
Yeah, then you're dead if you get hit while you're fake flippering. So yeah.
Well, no. So I meant specific. There's the one if you script the hobo, if you screen transition and then end up in the water.
Yeah, that's not good.
Then you have to reset. You have to hard reset and you're done.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to avoid, but if it does happen, it's a killer. Now, is Scary doing the same thing Doc tried to do? It's understandable.
Looks like it.
You're used to, you're like, okay, all this stuff, just in your head, you've got a lift upgrade. You just do.
Well, I was about to say, I just got hook shot time to do Death Mountain, and then you're like, whoops.
Now, will Scaryolive save and quit or go to the sick kid? Nope, gonna save and quit too. So.
Yep. And we are boots locked. First item was 20 rupees.
Wow. So.
I didn't see what Desert Ledge was, but.
For some reason, bombs are in my head.
Wouldn't be surprised.
All right, Doc's making the play on Agony.
And I will say, only so much of it can be called a play. I don't think there was any locations left that's available right now.
Yeah, just Sick Kid, that's it.
Oh, Sick Kid, right, there is Sick Kid. But once again...
one item.
Yeah, it's one item. It's not going to unlock enough. So the only thing that would really matter is if it's a sword upgrade. That would be the only thing that would actually matter if you skip Sick Kid and go, God darn it, I missed Tempered Sword.
Yeah. The other tiny possibility is if it's the other lift upgrade.
Right.
And then you find the hammer on Death Mountain.
Right, yes, that would be the other one.
The odds of that,
or the flip. The other lift upgrade or the flip.
That's true. Yeah, but so
piece
minuscule.
Of heart. It was a piece of heart on the
list.
Okay.
Yeah, so nothing important.
And getting that nice double spin. It takes a while to let them line up far enough to let you get that double spin, but I believe it is generally faster than waiting for them to come at you and charge another spin, so...
Yeah, significantly faster. It's actually not even close, surprisingly, just because they're so annoying with that. Trying to get the double in on them is so difficult. And to do it to them both simultaneously is why it's such a big time save.
Okay, some arrow shots there.
Yeah, good use of that. Alright, so Scaryolive now discovering what Doc already knew. Gonna go look at the torch, but we know it's either the big key or the small key.
Yeah, it's sort of irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that really matters is if you decide you're going to jailbreak a key, which maybe... That might be the thing. You want to know if it was a big key or a small key. If it's the small key, you go, I'm gonna jailbreak the key and go see what I can find.
That's an interesting point. It's rarely a gamble that pays off, and it takes a lot of time. But there's a shot here. Small as it may be.
Or not. Did you not do Agina's Cave?
Go to Agina, yeah. That must be it.
Okay, so that's fair.
Yeah.
So the reason why the reason why I was mentioning actually looking at the torch for that is because if it is the big key, well, actually I guess it really doesn't matter when it's boots locked. It's more about if the small key's on there and the big key's in the
in the other room,
in the other chest or something silly like that.
Yeah. Nice use of the boomerang there as Scaryolive picks up his bug net.
Of course, through most of the scary stuff, Dr. Mario still has to be a little bit careful overall here. 2 hearts definitely is possible to die to Ego 1 if you do something a little silly, like get hit by a couple blue balls or something.
Yeah, it's...
But that being said, it's also, if you do it sort of, you stand to the side of him a little away, you do your spin at the right time, you're not going to have any problems here.
Yeah, just get your angles right, really. So if a blue ball does come out, you're in safe position.
Yeah. And I'm not sure, I think, do they only do one half-hearted damage since he's in blue as well? I don't actually know what Ega's damage scaling is.
It is half. That's correct.
Okay. So yeah, so basically no real chance of a death here then.
It would be a really bad break at this point. All right, so Scaryolive just gonna go ahead and go straight at these guys, and you can see how many slashes that took.
Yeah. Takes a little while there.
Yeah. Ooh, and Doc missed one of the fireballs. or whatever those are, the yellow balls.
Yeah, non-blue balls.
Yeah. And yeah, he's gonna pay for it, quite possibly, if he's got to go to an extra cycle, and it's looking like that very well may be the case.
I don't know how many hits he had left, but of course, if he has more than one hit left, then those blue balls were unavoidable either way.
Those were, but if we end up an extra cycle here,
yeah,
because of one hit, it might be an issue.
One more chance.
Exactly.
And I believe we're on last, although once again, I have not been counting.
No, but it feels like it. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Ooh, no.
Another one. So yeah, unless this one's all blue balls.
Yeah. Okay, he's got it.
So yeah, so there was no real difference there, especially since it was a short teleport as well.
Yeah.
There was essentially no difference.
It was minimal.
If he loses the race by 4 seconds, it mattered. Otherwise.
All right, so I saw that the other pyramid crystal was Ice Palace.
And both of our medallion dungeons are pendants.
Yeah, and then Swamp Palace was the other pendant, of course.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of medallions, we're just gonna lower our need for Fire Rod. Do we do we need Fire Rod outside of Ganon's Tower now?
Interesting.
Like,
well,
because Turtle Rock. Oh no, we need it for Skull Woods. Never mind. There it is.
Oh yeah.
We need it for Skull Woods.
Yep.
Like, which dungeons require it is what I was doing, the mental gymnastics, because it's one of those weird things where you're like, you sort of consider the Fire Rod the fire source, but then sometimes it actually needs to be Fire Rod, sometimes it doesn't.
Yep, that's true. Okay, so yeah, I think Marty went up to go to Catfish and then was like, oh right, I still don't have a lift upgrade or hammer.
Well, I think Morse correctly, he went up to get across the river, then also realized he didn't have a lift or a hammer.
Yeah.
Because either or will get you across the river and over
across
the top.
Exactly, and doesn't have the flippers either. That's the other possible path.
Yeah.
So all of those things.
We are going in here, and of course we know that we can clear everything except for Helmasaur in Pulse of Darkness because we have the bow. Yeah. The hammer doesn't lock anything except for Helmasaur himself, and of course the shortcut after the Mimic Room in the right side.
Right. We may see Doc taking a death. We may also see an early Flippers and deciding to leave, quite possibly.
Yeah.
Or an early Power Glove or an early Hammer. You could even theoretically leave on the Hammer, but probably not.
Yeah, I expect Hammer's going to complete the entire dungeon.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason. Pod is actually one of the most out-of-the-way dungeons. It doesn't seem like it, but because of the maze that you have to go through to get here, it probably takes the longest to get to aside from Turtle Rock.
Maybe Turtle Rock.
Or Mirrorless Tower of Hera.
Yeah, there you go.
Basically the Death Mountain dungeon.
Yeah. Of course, you get to do a lot on the way there if you've not been up in the first place, but...
Yeah, whereas Pod never has anything to do on the way there, aside from turn in your green pendant or go to Sahasra's if you haven't done that already, but most of the time you have.
Yeah, 99%, and you've got to have the mirror anyway, so... Okay, so... Interesting routing here.
You're not going to check the vanilla big key.
Yeah, and...
Does he have the big key? He doesn't, right?
I don't think so. I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, and that's the biggest problem with this routing, is you really don't want to be skipping back here without the big key, because if the big key's not back here, you have to come back again.
There's a mushroom, so that's intriguing.
Yep.
So, Scaryolive going to get the Bombos medallion now on his side.
And you really need that Bombos medallion, because if boots are in Ice Palace, you need that Bombos tablet.
There they are!
There's the flippers. But yeah, it's very possible that the boots are locked behind Ice Palace, so that Bombos may be required just to complete Ice Palace.
Yeah.
Because of course, for those who don't remember, the Fire Rod is in the library, so we can't get the Fire Rod until we get the until we get the boots.
So many locking possibilities already. That
And
we're
then, of
seeing.
course, we also need the boots for Desert Palace.
Yes. All right. So Doc doesn't have his big key. What's he? Yeah. This is just a waste of time, unfortunately. Walking all the way back out.
Yeah, he'd almost be better off just. He almost would
Taking
be
a
better off
death.
just saving and quitting at this point, and
Yeah.
and
do
taking
that.
the flippers and go do things.
What?
Although actually,
Yeah.
no, never mind. You can't do anything with the flippers right now. Never mind. The flippers
Well, yeah.
just gave you the hook shot.
They did, but then you can flip across the river.
Oh,
and-
right. You can get to
Yeah, to the west
Thieves
side.
Town and such.
Yeah.
And we lost Kiki.
Yes, those annoying enemies. Okay, so Marty, yeah, he's just gonna route back around this way. I mean, I guess you can do this. Might even bomb this hole to jump down to the middle, which you don't often see that.
No, not very often, but it works. Didn't try to go to the door first, which is always nice to see. And why are you saving quitting now? You're from a room away from where you want to go anyways.
Yeah, that's some
I
strange
think he
routing.
forgot. I think he forgot. See, now I know why he went to the back. He was thinking he wanted to get as much as he could before the bow lock occurred.
That seems
Forgetting
like-
that he has the bow.
Yeah, that seems like the way he routed it. It's an odd thing to
Whereas
do.
I always play pod the opposite. I'd rather just bow lock
Yeah.
myself as soon as possible
Agreed.
if I'm going to be bow locked.
Because you know the logic will take care of it either way.
And Scaryolive is doing the opposite
Yeah.
side of this and just literally just going. It's like I got a key, but I'm just going to do the bow rooms in the first place, which
Yeah, we're gonna-
I don't really specifically agree with because of the fact that you don't have a mirror. So I like trying to clear the whole front of it first.
Yeah.
But I guess you have to walk out of this either way, so it really doesn't make a difference.
300 rupees on the sick kid. So now, yeah, you're right. Marty, he needs to realize that the flippers give him access to the west side of the dark world.
Or he needs to go back into pod because, of course,
Also
we're in
not.
pod. Like we don't know that pod has nothing else. We're going to find out in the fairly near future here.
Yes, we are. And I'm not sure if that was intentional or not by Scaryolive, but if so, a good move. Take some damage.
Doesn't look like it was intentional because he took no more on the way down the hall.
Yeah.
I believe they have yeah, he sells his fairy, so he doesn't actually want to do the death work probably.
Yeah, good point. Something
Like he could
yeah.
release his fairy and do the death warp if he was confident in that. But
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
Release it. Gotta release it. I always do this too. It drives me crazy. Or just walk
So
back.
either he realized that I think he realized he had the fairy
Yeah. That's what it was.
potentially. Hard to say for sure. Either that or he was sitting and thinking for a moment and he just took a couple hits because of it. One or the other.
Yeah, could be that too. Well, certainly well equipped keys wise. And I think we have a vanilla big key location, don't we?
Yeah, we must, I believe, because I don't think we saw it on that other side there. So, oh,
Hello.
well, everyone can really see.
Yeah.
Can really see that now.
We are zoomed in on Scaryolive.
Everyone, get ready for this big key.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Oh, it
not.
wasn't.
So
Okay, so-
where?
Oh, is it Harmless Hellway?
Oh yeah, I guess it could be. Yeah, it must be. Because he did avoid that and instead used the key. Did Doc Marty over on the left side? So yeah, it's got to be the Harmless Hellway.
It's got. No, actually, he's only got 2 keys left. Maybe he just has the big key. Maybe we just missed it.
Well, I thought we found one back here too. So that's
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes one in the dark area there.
yeah. In fact, it's here.
Oh, right, that one.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're good. Well, that's still gonna take us down to 2, but that would mean one more still.
Right. Okay, looks like we're getting Doc back.
Or we're getting double Scary Olive.
Well, yeah, we got 2 Scary Olives. Cool.
We're in perfect sync, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong here. Or even suddenly Terra's gone and it's a Samus sprite. Anyways, there's the other small key.
Yeah, there it is, and Scary Olive finds those flippers.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go ahead and get that big key. So honestly, unless we've got something crazy in the big chest.
Wait, where? Oh, we did already open the door. Right, okay. I'm like, wait a second. What am I missing here?
Open the door, but didn't
Open the door,
go
but
in.
didn't do it. Yeah. This is fine. I'm like, we're missing a key. Where the heck's the key?
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like Dr. Marty may have lucked out here. We've just got one item left. Let's find out. Yeah.
5 arrow.
So
yeah, we could do the one of the most arbitrary workarounds that you could possibly have in this game.
That's true. It really is. And as it turns out, the sequence break that both of these guys did isn't really much of a sequence break at all in the end.
Scary Olive forgetting where he had to go for a moment there.
Yeah.
Which I can't blame him, because once again, this is about one of the most awkward things you're ever going to have to do.
It really is. You see this occasionally, and the first time you run into it, you very well may just quit the seed because you don't know what to do.
Like, just the hookshot part of this has caused a couple people that I've watched to go, what the heck am I not missing? And like, you need to hookshot across the river. They're like, oh, you can do that? But not only do you have to do that, you have to know that you have to jump into the river, swim around. So he's gonna have to come back down here because he's gonna have to realize he doesn't have a lift or a hammer.
Right.
So so once again, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's gonna figure it out here. He's gonna walk down here. Hopefully he's gonna go, oh yeah, jump in the river.
Oh
Nope.
no!
Oh.
Oh no! Sick kid check?
Maybe. Might be it.
What else do we have?
There's not much.
Yeah.
And we know that Sick Kid doesn't have anything of value. We know there's just, well, 300 rupees, but it's not what we're looking for.
Right. No, this isn't going to work either. Fill my eyes with that double vision again.
Not sure exactly what's gonna...
Well, the mushroom.
The mushroom. This could be a play.
Yeah, but it's unlikely considering how many items are on the west side.
The one thing that will save him is if it's the mirror.
Yeah.
This is the mirror, or a lift upgrade, or the hammer, but it's not.
Nope. Gonna go ahead and grab it, but... That ledge to jump down into the water was right there. It's funny how your eyes can just not see it.
Well, and it's as I said, it's possibly that and the checkerboard cave moon pearl, or at least checkerboard cave progression without a moon pearl, are two of the weirdest possible things that can happen in Randomizer.
Yeah, the checkerboard cave's probably even weirder.
Yeah. See if he's got it this time. In the water?
Yes, okay.
Yes.
And we see that Dr. Marty's in Thieves Town already, so he got it. All right. So normalcy is more or less restored.
find his timer to see exactly how synced up we are, but either way, that shouldn't be too far off.
Yeah, be close.
Of course, no mirror yet. It's one of these cases where knowing that we need mirror, you're sort of hoping for to find it earlier. Speaking of going back to that, it's going to be actually very interesting if one of our runners does want to do Swamp Palace, because we know that we're going to have access to Swamp Palace relatively early, most likely. We know that we need the mirror to get one of the lift upgrades, and the hammer can only be so far back.
Right.
So there's a decent chance that our Green Pendant Swamp House will be accessible relatively early.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
It also could not be. We could have Go Mode Hammer on our hands or something like that here as well. But
we could. We can also confirm Dr. Marty still has not found a lift upgrade, as he's having to go around here in Thieves Town.
Yeah, no small key yet either, so
that could play to his advantage, to both runners.
I wish I'd caught what was in that attic chest.
Oh, the mirror! So, yeah, small key is inside the big chest, so hammer not required at all for Thieves Town.
But the hammer does logically lock the attic chest and blind. So this is why I was saying I wish I'd seen what was in that attic chest, because if the attic chest was also the important, which it probably wasn't, but it would be hammer locked, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Logically, because because you can use the small keys incorrectly and go in there first,
right?
Which then would then cause a soft lock if the hammer wasn't able to be found before you needed that item.
Right.
And did we get 2 items right off the bat? Must have, because Scaryolive just skipped that item on the right there.
Just bailed, yeah.
You don't want to go this way. You don't have a lift upgrade.
Yep.
Looks at stones and realizes that he doesn't have a lift upgrade, so he's got to go the other way.
It's so easy to forget. This far along, you're over 45 minutes in, and you don't have the power glove. Completely throws you off. No doubt about it.
Dr. Marty does have a cape, so...
Has a cape, has a fairy, would rather not use it, though. Okay, barely pulls it out with half a heart.
Yeah, I would have pulled out the cape there, but he made it work. So the problem with phase 3 is you can die before you even... You can get bounced 3 times and you're just dead.
Yep. You can also get a laser to the face before you know it. So, also all sorts of potential stumbling blocks, but Doc clutches it, so nicely done. And so looks like, yeah, I'm trying to think maybe what his path might have been up to now. Hard to really say.
Yeah, likely also made the Skullwoods dip, I would imagine. Hard to say if he did any more of Pod. I don't expect that he did, but possible.
Probably not, it being this far advanced already.
Yeah.
All right, so making the decision to leave the Village of Outcasts area, that does mean the Graveyard Ledge has been left behind for now.
Well, and he's not that worried about that. He's more worried about getting the lift upgrade, so he's going to keep routing this way, get to Hype Cave, and then get his lift upgrade. Of course, not having a hammer, the first lift upgrade doesn't actually do a lot on its own. It gives you access to Death Mountain, though, of course. We're going to get the one arrow.
The one.
No one arrow for us today. There was Quake, okay.
Yep. Alright, Forest Ledge Cave.
Also, shout out to my favorite spot for the Forest Ledge Cave. There's the other lift upgrade.
Wow, back to back. We're gonna
now lift upgrade matters.
Yeah, for about 30 seconds. Amazing.
But yeah, so for anyone who has trouble with mirror bonking when they're doing that cave, you can actually mirror anywhere along that slanted ledge and be 100% safe. So I actually often mirror like immediately upon getting along that slanted ledge, and you cannot mirror bonk there if you do that.
It's also handy if you've got the purple chest behind you, because it just sort of follows you right into the path that you want to pick it back up when you come outside.
Yeah. And I would imagine that's actually the fastest way to do it as well, because it's right on the path that you're going to want to take. But
think so, yeah.
A lot of people just sort of use have a spot they choose around the flower of circle of flowers, and that's how they do it. But I always like to shout that out whenever we see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a good one. All right, so 5 more items, and then the Titan's Mitts on Lake Hylia Island. Another bottle, 3 bottles.
Titan's Mitts, which means we get most of a Death Mountain clear here.
Yeah, and
we're not going to get to see that last item.
Nope. We'll have to speculate for a little while. And it looks like Marty is going the longer way around slightly.
Yeah. I think I often end up going this way as well, but it's understandable either way. Of course, I will also give the shout to First Chest Swamp being a possible location for the hammer at the moment.
Yes, that has happened to me before in a race.
Now, of course, because you've just opened up like all of Death Mountain, it's not a play most players are going to make. And it's very fair to say that, because there's something like 15 items that we just unlocked in Death Mountain.
Yeah, huge number.
So we'll see exactly how the runners decide to play that out. But of course, here we go, on to Death Mountain. Scaryolive realizing he has to kill everything in here to be able to progress, because, once again, no lift upgrade yet.
Yeah. A little slash to the block.
And of course, that was 100% required in the seed, because both of the gloves were mirror locked, and the mirror's back here.
Back here, yeah. Right back here.
Freddy calling for flute on Death Mountain. I'm gonna go more specific and say Dark Death Mountain, because of course you need the Titan's Mitts, not just the regular Mitts. You need Titan's.
Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately, ped boots are not on the table. Ped boots boots are required for Fire Rod, which is required for Turtle Rock.
Yep, can't do that one. Would be nice for us viewers. Okay, so yeah, Marty's gonna go ahead and go and check this way, which makes some sense. Having the mirror, and you're gonna do the whole thing anyway. You really can route it action, but
oh yeah, we even have Tower of Hera. I was thinking that we didn't have Tower of Hera access, but we do have Tower of Hera access.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that's where the flute might be myself. Scaryolive, nice job on the blind fight. Picks up his second crystal.
Yes, this is one of these interesting seeds where it's actually a showcase. So everyone always likes to say that the hammer locks like the most locations in the game, but this is the kind of seed that showcases how the hammer doesn't actually lock that much specifically.
Yeah, with that caveat, absolutely.
Because you can get to a lot of places without the hammer, just because in the vanilla game, the hammer's the first of these items that you often get outside of the mirror.
Yeah.
You're just so used to seeing the hammer as the item that unlocks these areas.
Exactly. It is. It's a familiarity kind of thing.
Basically, my stance is always that the item that unlocks the most progression is the one that unlocks Dark World. So in this seed, the flute or the flippers was the thing that unlocked the most items.
Yeah, in a sense, that's absolutely right. That's the beauty of Randomizer, is that it can vary so much. Nice hookshot strats here against the Helmet Beetles. Scaryolive with the single arrow narrowly avoids picking it up, averting disaster. Alright, so we're just going to see a simple check and fall here.
Yep.
Good, solid routing choice.
Of course, falling on the right side of that hole means you can fall in the middle of that pillar and then walk off either side that you want. So
yeah,
saves a little bit of time over falling anywhere else in that hole.
Yes. Tried to clip into that wall to avoid the fire, but was not successful. Scaryolive picking up the power glove.
And on to our Moldorm fight.
Not the worst in the world when you've got the Master Sword, but trolled anyway.
Don't hold your sword out, you're gonna get pushed.
Yeah, that can happen, for sure. Scaryolive doing a little bit of a divergence here from Dr. Marty, checking the Bombos tablet.
Could be something, could be nothing.
Yep. Alright, here comes Moldorm again.
And the answer is nothing.
$50.
What do you have for us, Moldorm? Well, we're going downstairs.
A ticket to the basement is what he's got.
I like Boots and Ice as a nice trolley option. Well, it's not super trolly, but just because the boots lock the fire rod, even though we already have Bombos.
Right. Yeah.
I just like it as sort of one of those silly things to sort of go, you needed Bombos this seed, even though you didn't think you did. You needed Bombos this seed.
Yep. Oh, here's our chance for the fourth item in Hive Cave.
Yep.
I don't think it's much though.
I wouldn't think so. Yeah, 50 more rupees.
Yeah. Doc making the interesting call to skip the basement of Hera.
I'm pretty sure we had the map as well, right? Or was it? Yeah, we had the small key for sure. I was double checking that as I said it.
Yep, we got the map too, so that was the big chest. So we got one item in the top part of Hera.
Yeah. There's the boots.
All right. Now what are these runners going to do?
It opens up a little bit more. Only opens up one more item in Desert, of course.
Yeah.
As we are, the first item was found in that first chest.
Bomb jump. Yeah, it didn't look quite right.
Yeah, you just get to the very bottom right, put the bomb down, and
saving and quitting.
That bomb jump's actually very easy. As I basically said, basically just look right, hold your sword out, get to the bottom left corner, put a bomb down.
Yeah.
There's no after bomb placement movement for that, as much because the bomb just ends up placed naturally slightly above you and does the downwards push down by nature.
Yeah, it does the job you need it to do. Well, interesting choice here. Just gonna go straight to desert.
Yeah, not doing dark death mountain at all either.
At all. Just saved and quit.
Did he do Spiral Cave even?
No.
No, he didn't do Spiral Cave either. Yeah, very interesting.
This could be a big change here.
Extremely bold call, and we'll see how it pays off.
It really is, especially going into desert now with the Master Sword with not silver arrows and no fire rod.
Are we at hammer for go mode, technically?
Well, yeah, because I mean we know where the fire rod is, so that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
And Flute's not required. So, yeah.
Yeah, so hammer for go mode, although blue mail with eight hearts. Well, Dr. Mario has 11 hearts, so that's not as relevant.
Yeah, I think a few are on their way to Scaryolive, and so that'll help. But I mean, yeah, you're right. They're still definitely under-equipped, relatively speaking.
You need. Oh, he has a small key.
Yeah. He
Okay.
grabbed
He mirrored out. Okay. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that would have been a problem.
So as I said, one more item in here. And that's not it.
Nope, it's on Landmola's.
Well, no, we still have the big chest as well.
Oh, that's true. I may be right, though.
You may be right. You very well could be right.
Yeah.
I
think I've just been watching too much Rando today.
If we'd come in the other way, if we'd had the flute and been able to come in the other way, I would have expected to not see this check probably until after Landmola's. Yeah. But since it's on the way through, you may as well do it now.
It definitely, changes the calculation.
Because when you're already mirroring and you end up at that exit door to Landmola's, the cost is, I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds maybe, if you're wrong.
If that.
Whereas the gain is like 30 seconds or so if you're right.
Yeah, it's significant by comparison. All right.
The other trick I need to start doing is when I get the big key on downstairs, I need to just start going upstairs. Get that last chest on my way back down the tower.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think
that's a very small optimization. And I'm not even sure how much of an optimization it is.
And boots obviously can matter, but there's the chance that you never have to go up because you get 2 items upstairs, so it depends though, because what if the first item is at the top and then the second item is the small chest in the zoo,
yeah,
the petting zoo.
Yeah.
So then you end up going across to the big chest that you didn't need to do. So I don't know. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, I think.
Yeah.
Scary had changed the alignment of the pegs, so has to walk a little extra.
Yeah, would have benefited more from that little trick that Dr. Mario pulled off.
Exactly.
And of course, if Dr. Mario was not aware, he should probably be pulling out the ice rod right now. The ice rod, though not great to aim against these guys, still does the same damage that a fire rod shot does.
Yeah, do 2 shots and you're good. So it's something actually worth practicing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's because with Master Sword swings only doing the same damage as Fighter Sword swings on Light World bosses. So the spin matters. Spin still does Tempered Sword damage, but Master Sword Slash only does Fighter Sword damage.
Yeah.
Sort of an odd little quirk about all of that. Because basically, Fighter Sword spins do Master Sword damage, and they don't want those doing extra damage to the Light World bosses for whatever reason.
Who knows?
I don't really know there's a good reason for it, but that's what they did.
Yep.
Because basically just to make Moldorm go to enraged phase.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
I was like, we'll just do this to all the bosses easier.
Alright, so Scaryolive checking the basement. So that'll be interesting difference number 1 here.
And this is an interesting little thing too.
Yeah.
What Dr. Mario's doing, it's a little bit faster to route this along with the graveyard ledge check.
Right.
So going into Dark World and then coming back over this way.
Especially if you're going to do Skull Woods anyway.
Yeah. Shouldn't be a huge problem. It's not really a huge problem, most likely, but you never know. It might be where the hammer is.
It's true. Arrow upgrade, so the boots are unlocking the fire rod and they're unlocking desert, but it stops there so far.
Yeah, but then again, unlocking Fire Rod is a significant point of. Oh, so Mario not going to get bit by the Tower of Hera basement.
Nope. Avoids the smackdown from Hera.
But the Dark Death Mountain could still very definitely be a problem.
Could be absolutely massive right now. And Scaryolive does not have the hammer.
That's not going to work, Scaryolive. But that's fine.
Yeah, can just go back outside and use the mirror.
Well, and heck, he may as well go over the screen transition and not deal with the... Or he can switch back and deal with the dead rocks.
Yeah, I agree with you. It didn't turn out too bad, but...
No. So if you're already in the Dark World there, guys, just come over here and then mirror over here.
Then mirror.
Because then you have to deal with dead rocks for that screen.
And everybody loves avoiding dead rocks.
Not enough to use Quake on them, but we all enjoy avoiding dead rocks.
Yes.
That being said, if you really, really don't like dead rocks, consider using Quake on them.
Absolutely.
Before you smack them. Or Magic Powder, but Magic Powder is a little tricky to hit them with sometimes.
It is, because they're just so swift.
So another little routing optimization that can be made here, because we have the Titan's Bits in the mirror,
yes.
You can go ahead and go into Dark World initially, bring your portal up to here, then mirror do what he's doing right here, using of course the mirror glitch to get rid of that block, and then just going back out, switching back to Dark World, going up the Super Bunny Cave.
Yes.
Just a little bit more efficient. Not sure how much. I don't know what the actual time difference is on that. I imagine it's faster to a decent degree, but
yeah, I mean, and it feels unnatural until you get used to it. So that's undoubtedly the problem here. But no, it's all these little things though. I mean, it's what we practice. It's what we learn to route better that make all the difference in your rando times. So.
That looks fine. There we go. Nice bomb jump there.
Yeah, nicely done. You know, the fact that Scaryolive tried to go into Spike Cave makes me wonder if he's fully grasped the fact that Hammer is the go mode item.
Possibly not, because it's a little bit awkward, especially if you're. I haven't looked at the sheet to see how experienced these runners are. So I don't know how comfortable the runners would be also with Master Sword Silverless Ganon either.
Sure, and I mean, who is comfortable with that?
There's Tempered Sword.
That's a big deal.
And Dr. Mario will almost definitely not find that unless Hammer is like in a really trolly location.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't even need to be in a really trolly location, but that being said, if it is on Dark Death Mountain, there's a decent chance that Dr. Mario never checks for... never checks Spiral Cave, because he
especially not Spiral Cave, exactly.
Yeah, because he'll check the Dark Death Mountain locations and then find the hammer and then go from there.
Yep. So that could be a difference maker here. Scaryolive certainly, I think it's fair to say, has been trailing a little bit.
Yeah, has been trailing... To a degree, is still trailing, but that Tempered Sword by itself is going to start making up time over the next little while. And Red Mail won't hurt either, that's for sure. It probably won't make a huge difference, but it can help to just be able to just know you can be a little bit more reckless in certain occasions.
No doubt. It does. The comfort level thing is big, you're right. Okay, and if we have a hammer in here...
if we have hammer in here, it completely switches regardless of it just puts Scaryolive in the lead. Well, we got both boomerangs now.
Yeah, how about that? And just a single.
No hammer in here.
Nope.
I didn't see. I never looked at what was on the island, but I know it was seen. Given that we went all the way up there.
And we're getting a pedestal check.
Does that even matter or doesn't? Because...
It shouldn't, yeah. How
like,
about some arrow storage?
It couldn't be anything useful, because once again, the hammers are only go left, and it's definitely required for Turtle Rock.
Yep.
And Swamp Palace. It's
And
required
Swamp.
even more for Swamp Palace.
Yeah.
That being said, first chest Swamp Palace is looking to be a play in the near future here. Scaryolive making the same routing decision here to not route in the Graveyard Ledge with the bonk checks, but that's not too surprising. Once again, you sort of got the boots, like, yeah, let's go to boots locations, and you're not thinking about that third location you could route in with both the boots locations.
True. Oh, now where's Doc going? Oh, he doesn't have the hammer.
Oh right, yeah. He went the long. He went because he went from pedestal.
Right. Which makes sense normally. That's a time saver. You don't have to walk through all of the Skull Woods caves, but now time to get trolled by a bunch of blue guards and a sign.
Also, must have just forgotten to check pedestal, or what happened? Oh, he did have his mirror back there, didn't he? Okay.
Yeah. Just use the portal to get back.
Yeah.
Question from Freddy in chat. I don't think Marty did turn in his mushroom. I think that was only Scaryolive. On the other hand, we didn't see what Marty did for a minute, so maybe he did.
Yeah, we lost Dr. Marty for 5-10 minutes, so...
Yeah.
Although we don't have powder, so we should be able to see it on his screen at some point when he's doing an item change. So if anyone wants to keep your eyes specifically on him, I don't know exactly when his next item change is going to come in, though.
It's a good point. We can, scout it out. Scary getting trolled to...
We're going to desert? Must be going to desert.
Yeah, seems like it. And with the fire rod, see, that's a lot simpler to deal with. Landmola's having done that first.
Yeah, splash damage. The splash damage. Oh, there's the other tempered sword.
A vanilla tempered sword for Doc, and it'll be an even bigger upgrade if Scaryolive goes ahead and does it. So. How about that? And we have the possibility for... Oh, I didn't see a mushroom. Did you?
I didn't. I was not looking, unfortunately.
Okay. I don't think it was
Michael
there,
says he turned it in. Michael says he turned it in, so...
Yeah. Okay, cool. So... Yeah, this purple chest could be a big item. Because we are running out of locations, aren't we, Spiff?
Yeah, we're starting to run out of locations. First chest swamp is a big one right now. Ice Palace, of course. We can't complete Ice Palace till we get the hammer, but that doesn't mean the hammer can't be in there in the non-hammer lock chests.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
First chest swamp. We already full cleared pod as much as we could without the hammer. We still need a catfish check.
Oh, that's true.
Because it's sort of weird to think about the fact that those only mitts locked location, or those only gloves locked locations sort of got skipped over because we went straight from no lift to mitts.
Yeah, this
pretty
has
much.
Been a tough sequence of items to try to route around. Okay, so we already know the Bombos tablet doesn't have anything.
Yeah, it's 50 rupees.
Opting not to go for the swamp check.
Yeah, and the swamp check actually is not the longest of checks at this point.
No.
Although he does have all this Death Mountain to check, so this does make some sense. His Death Mountain play is still 7 or 8 items.
Yeah, in his case, it does make sense. If it were Scaryolive doing this, maybe not.
Yeah, and of course he does have a butter sword. He will get his butter sword out of this because unless he mentally checked off Spiral Cave,
well,
he will do Spiral Cave.
It's a good point. Maybe he has though.
He may have already mentally checked it off. I've done it. In the qualifier race for this fall tournament, I did that.
Oh yeah,
it was a good time.
Yep, I remember that scene actually.
I think it was just bombos or something in there, but it was required bombos, so...
Yeah. Yep.
And they're saying, we've got to call it Scary skip the big chest, so... making a gamble that's unfortunately not going to pay off, but
Yep,
there's also
the wrong
nothing
one.
in the big chests, so... Oh, right, it was a map in there, wasn't it? Or something like that. It was the
Actually,
other
yeah.
dungeon item.
I was gonna say, I thought it was a dungeon item, so...
Yeah, so that'll work out just fine. He'll save his 10 seconds or whatever, 15 seconds. Yeah, and as you say, Saber, that's true. We sort of talked about the logic behind sort of just doing the big chest first in this situation, since if you were coming in from the other door, it would make more sense to do land mo first. But when you're walking right past the big key chest, it's much more of a gamble.
Yeah. And yes, Marty does still have the Hera basement. So that might be a check he does, but not the spiral cave check.
It'll also be interesting to see if we do... Yeah, so 3 bombs on the island there.
No, he is going in there.
Yep.
So, well, interesting decision to split it up the way he did. But, you know, another play...
Yeah, especially since a lot of the very top runners will tell you that a lot of your ability to complete a seed fast will come down to how many trips you have to make up Death Mountain.
It's huge, yeah. It's a huge time sink.
So here's Butter. He's not thinking about doing Turtle Rock at the moment. Oh wait, he can't do Turtle Rock. What am I talking about?
Yeah, might have the medallion for it, but
can't do Turtle Rock. Can't open the door. It can't open the portal at the top.
Right.
Sort of weird. Turtle Rock is one of the few dungeons where an item required to complete it isn't actually required in the dungeon itself.
Inside, right? Exactly.
Ice Palace being the other one that has that requirement, as flippers are technically required for it, but not required in the dungeon.
And yeah, we're now going to get Graveyard Ledge, which we talked about a long time ago now.
Yeah.
And this could very well be it, because we're just about completely out of locations now.
Well, and as long as they're thinking about this, they should route this in with Catfish if this isn't the place where the hammer is.
Yeah. Continue east.
Also, you don't really want to mirror right there. You want to mirror off to the side. There's a good chance
that
Gary's going to mirror bonk when he walks out of the door here.
I think it's near 100% unless he places a bomb and picks it up.
Well, and the other reason I say that is because he mirrored a little bit.
There it is,
though. Save and quit time? Not save and quit time.
Yeah, now this is interesting.
We're going to pod.
Yeah, that's one way to do it, I suppose. Yeah,
just there's the mirror bonk.
That's bad luck too, because it's very close.
Yeah, as I said, I had that feeling. I'm like, he might have got that far enough down that it might be fine, but it was not.
It's really picky.
Okay,
where do we go?
Oh, we still need to do Skullwoods.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
This makes sense.
And Doc is right behind Scaryolive.
Yeah, so does this put Doc back in the lead then? I'd say so.
I would say so too. And just think, if either one of these runners had routed that efficiently, it wouldn't have just been the time save from doing all 3 together. It would have been another 10 minutes probably.
Yeah. Well, Scaryolive not quite as much. Scaryolive basically did those just before he went around and he would have had it before Desert Palace.
Right.
But that would have been that was about all it would have saved him.
Yeah.
But for Dr. Mardio, yeah, we're talking 10 or 15 minutes of searching. Now, granted, that 10 or 15 minutes of searching took him from Master Sword to Gold to a Butter Sword, so he got at least some value out of that, especially depending on his comfortability with Master Sword Ganon.
Right.
Especially since for the dungeons that are left, we don't have to get a single chest.
That's true.
we've already full cleared pod. Ice Palace, you don't need to get a single chest in go mode, assuming you can do the bomb jump.
Doc didn't full clear pod.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't even right. He does need some more chests.
Yeah, that weird routing. Now it's absolutely true of Scaryolive.
So actually, yeah.
So this will be really interesting.
We're actually really close then. Yeah, there's barely a lead to be spoken of.
Yeah. So I'd still expect that
Dr. Mario has a slight lead, but I think we're talking about in the realm of a minute here, assuming that we have no problems taking down, getting to and taking down Mothula here.
Right.
Because there's still a Wall Master that could be a problem. Okay, good. No Wall Master shenanigans.
In the clear.
I wasn't sure because I'm like, I haven't seen Wall Master yet. We could have a Wall Master grab us out of that hole. Unfortunately, that did not happen, but that can happen.
It is the worst. Scaryolive attempted a spin on Mothula, which with the Tempered Sword doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, it does the same as the slash.
It actually doesn't damage at all.
No, with the rando, they've made it so that all gold sword damage is classified as tempered sword damage, except for the spikes.
See, now my understanding though is that for whatever reason the spin somehow is different in the code.
Oh, maybe I didn't think that was the case, but I was pretty sure that it does that all of your gold sword damage does tempered damage.
I think that's like, to say it as a general rule is absolutely accurate, but for whatever reason that was a weird difference that didn't get changed.
Okay.
So who knows why,
yeah.
But in any event, Scaryolive now also on the way to pod. And yeah, then it's just Ice Palace and get up Death Mountain one more time.
Yeah, chat's confused as well, so we're not getting any clarification with this.
Well, it's worth some experimenting if you're curious. You can load up one of your games, and if Skull Woods was a pendant or something, go do it and check it out yourself.
Yeah.
Someone in chat who's feeling especially especially kind can check for us.
Yeah. Yeah, if in vanilla you ended up with that, so unfortunately with the Dr. Mario Frozen, we don't actually know how close we are right now. We just know that 2 minutes ago from now, Dr. Mario was going into the hallway towards the mimics.
Well,
oh, there we go. We're together. So yeah, Scaryolive is ahead.
Yes.
Scaryolive is ahead by 20 seconds.
Yeah. I have a feeling though. Oh wait.
Oh, more than that. He hasn't picked up the big sword, the master sword, or the big key. There's the word. The big key from the harmless hallway yet.
That's right. That's where it was. Oh man, what a terrible location after his choice to kind of break this dungeon into two earlier.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to gain him some time back, I have a very big feeling, is having the gold sword.
Yeah, the gold sword will get a little bit of time back. Now, that being said, it's fairly marginal.
Well, I think until Ganon, we may see a potential for 1 cycle versus 2 cycle. And that'll gain 15-20 seconds of pop.
Yeah, you have that, and you also have a little bit on Helma Sword. That's basically irrelevant though, because we're talking like a spin and 2 slashes versus just 2 slashes type of thing.
Yeah.
But it will affect the Cold Stare fight a little bit as well. If you do the Cold Stare perfectly optimally with the Tempered Sword, sure, you can trap them in the corner and it will be basically no difference.
A couple seconds, yeah.
But it's very difficult to do that perfectly optimally with the Tempered Sword. You will almost always have them break out and do at least a little bit of running around the room, whereas Butter Sword is very simple to trap them in the corner and kill them before they get out.
Because it's only, what, 3 slashes after the spin?
I believe, I was about to say, it's basically 4 Butter Sword damage.
Yeah.
So the spin and the slashes doing the same damage, it's just, a spin and 3 slashes.
Yeah. I like the arrow in the turtle there. That was very nice.
Yeah.
Using the hammer on these guys. And
well,
Scaryolive has, it certainly did. It was a nice job. Scaryolive's got crystal number 6 and is on his way to Ice Palace.
Yep.
Gonna mirror and remembers to, because you can often forget and end up at the pyramid after you've done Aghanim.
Also, Michael, just mark that fire rod and Scary. It never got marked.
Oh yeah. There we go. And there's the 2 slashes for Doc.
Just while we are running around here, that does remind me. Of course, if you are enjoying the race today, do consider giving the runners a follow. They're putting on a fantastic show, and so definitely consider giving them a follow. That they're putting on this fantastic race.
Yeah, this is brilliant in a 4-2 match to be this close going into the final dungeon between these 2 runners.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because of how Dr. Mardio has routed everything. So his routing unfortunately hasn't paid off in a couple different times here, but in general it's made it very difficult to tell who's ahead because
it has. You're right, and as was just mentioned a moment ago, Doc did forget to mirror before saving and quitting, and that, you know, it's not a big loss or anything, but when it's this fine of margins,
yeah,
every little bit is going to count. It does take a slightly more optimal path to get to Ice Palace, however, so gains a little bit.
Yeah. See how the bomb jumps go for both players.
Yeah, that'll be big. Scaryolive is going to have to change the, I'm not sure what to call it exactly, the alignment of the switch, the color,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Polarity, you could say.
That won't be a big issue here because he's got the hookshot out to deal with the electrification part of the slime, so he'll just
there we
bang,
go.
Done.
Very nice.
That looks fine.
Looks real good. Very nice. Down to 6 hearts, though. Something to keep an eye on. 7
Gonna wait
now.
for the fire bar a little bit.
Yeah.
Zip through it with the hook shot.
Now, something else, though, we didn't mention. Both these runners have half magic. It won't really matter, probably, for Scaryolive. That might get some bonus fire rod shots on Cold Stare.
Yeah, exactly. Fire rod, of course, doing more damage than Tempered does to Cold Stare.
Mm-hmm. Goes ahead and marches straight through that spike. Just getting up there. Very nicely done in the ice room with the fire bar. Head straight down the hole.
And of course, we know that that's for better because the only thing he could really find at this point that would help him out at all would probably be the powder.
Oh, and Marty misses the first bomb jump.
Yeah.
Falls off at the second attempt. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that's good.
As long as the fire bar doesn't mess it up yet, we're okay.
Yeah.
Fire bar can definitely cause a little bit of chaos there on occasion if it's in just the wrong spot.
It's almost pixel perfect location. Oh, and Scaryolive, yeah, doing a little bit of a safety strat here. Gonna have a ton of magic for the fire.
Yeah.
Oh no, missed the spin!
There's some time back, potentially.
A little bit. Now getting some nice double hits with the fire rod. But I think focusing too much on slashing, to be honest. Just there we go. Now we've got it. Okay.
There we go.
It's a little messy.
That's an interesting little strat by Dr. Mardio there. Not sure it's effective, but...
No, but interesting looking. Crystal number 7. Now, we have a guessing game to do. First, of course, we're on the A Link to the Past randomizer here, so we don't have the bot like they do over on Speed Gaming. But there are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. Why don't you get your guesses in for what it's going to be?
Hey, don't be misgiving information. There's 27 chests in Ganon Tower. Only 22 of them can have
actually have the big key. That's
and there's
correct.
Dr. Mardio showing off the quick kill. That's very straightforward with the butter sword.
Nicely done.
So we are seeing our runners are basically neck and neck at this point. I would say it's all execution through the rest of this. It's straight execution through the rest of this seed.
Yeah, it sure is.
And of course, routing decision in Ganon's Tower, depending on where the big key is and what decisions are made.
Yeah, I'll be curious. I think both runners have a case to feel ahead because they're going to Ganon's Tower in sub 130 time.
Yeah.
So we may not see anything crazy out of either of them because of it.
No, but of course that there's I wouldn't even call the right side gamble so much of a gamble anymore as just
crazy. No.
It's just the other routing play now. So and that could be the deciding factor in this race if we get a small key in that first room. As well as, of course, if either player wants to do Dark Magician strats.
True. And Marty headed up this way is an interesting choice.
Just want to deal with less dead rocks, I guess.
Oh, and then jumps down?
I'm not sure if that was intentional or not.
Maybe not.
I feel like once you get to that point, it is faster to just do the mirror and go to Turtle Rock that way.
So an all new route to Ganon's Tower. We're seeing a novelty from Dr. Mardio here.
Combining the two routes that Scaryolive did not use.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, so we will, of course, be counting by Scaryolive's count here, for anyone who did get their votes in.
Yes.
Scaryolive is the first one into Ganon's Tower, so it doesn't matter who finds the big key first, it matters when Scaryolive finds them. I never said mine. I always like a good old 8 find.
You like 8, huh? I didn't say mine either. I'll just go with what I said in the last race I commented by default, and that was Bob's chest. I didn't give a number.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, I like 8 in both routings. 8 being just that map room, that chest that never actually does seem to have the key, but nonetheless I keep calling it.
Isn't that weird? I totally agree with you on that. It's like it's never there.
And then actually first room, and then in this right side routing, it's the first chest in the Stolfos room.
Yeah, right.
Which is a little bit interesting as well.
So it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, we've got about 45 seconds difference, maybe a little bit more, between the two. As they enter. And we know it's not right side, so Dr. Mardio...
But we're getting identical routing here.
Yep. So it's not going to convey any kind of advantage. It'll be all down to execution. Unless Doc decides to do a full right.
True. And I would not expect to see that, but
no way.
You never know.
No, you don't. Narrowly avoiding that Wallmaster as well.
I think full right gets a bad rap too. I think everyone just doesn't like the rooms that a full right entails.
Which I understand. They're terrible.
But you just do a cane dash and you're basically done them. There it is, though, in chest 8.
Scaryolive wants silver arrows. Not gonna find him, but yeah, how about that? Spiffers the Grand, calling number 8.
If only, Michael. Good try.
Alright, so health-wise, I'd say Scaryolive's fine.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure what safeties we actually have in terms of more health regen at this point.
Got one fairy apiece, if I'm not mistaken, and then as far as potions, though, I'm not sure.
So I don't think either player ended up buying any potions when they went to the witch's shop.
Which is weird, but no, I think you're right. When you don't have the flute, that's the one time to do it, is if you're going to do a mushroom check.
Of course, anyone watching Dr. Mardio, Dr. Mardio would have gotten on 11 with his routing, as he went the other way around the Stolfos room.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you guessed 11, consolation prize.
It's something. We're on the right track. All right, and we've got, yeah, safety there from Scaryolive, so...
Yeah, caught a fairy and got full health, so...
Taking every precaution. Ooh, nice directing that mimic into the arrow. Catching just a corner of him. And Scaryolive going beam crazy. Why
of course,
not?
I must say, sword beam's a blessing and a curse in this game.
They really are. They're useful against these skull kids who like to dance around, but you still have to hit them twice.
Yeah. And everything else, they're like, damn it, I didn't kill it. There we go. We lost sword beams. It's just kill everything now. Just slash it.
Yeah, it's probably better. Dr. Marty choosing not to go into the safety room with the fairies, so I'm gonna try to clutch this one out.
I'm picking up that extra heart that dropped.
Yeah, just on a mission right now.
Which, to be fair, he needs to do, so all power to him.
Gets that heart, though. Nice convenient drop for it. Okay, and we're gonna get some fire rod strats. Of course, the fireball got in the way.
1 down, 2 down, 3 down.
Good,
nice solid 2 cycle.
Yeah.
Obviously, fairly simple to 1 cycle it with the fire rod if you get it right, and if they don't do super short hops. But
right.
Dr. Mario is going to really be relying on that fairy here potentially.
Yep. And avoided the fireball, but then got hit by a rock.
And somehow he must have poked the 1-lane molas, because 2 butter sword hits will kill a lane mola.
Oh, and had a shot there with the fire rod across, but not able to get it in. Okay, ooh, down to 1 half.
He will get back up to he will get 1 heart back in this next room.
Yes, and some magic. Okay, Scaryolive at the torches, and that health difference very likely to come into play now. Oh, look at that!
Oh, the fairy drop!
Wow.
Okay, so we're at 4 rooms difference or so.
Scaryolive, little extra fire rod shot there, barely had enough magic.
We are gonna open some chests. Found it. Okay, so forgetting a small key wouldn't have affected this race.
Wouldn't have hurted you, yeah. Yep. Doc even feels comfortable falling off the edge now after getting.
Well, you know, when you were down to a heart and a half, when you suddenly get a refill of 8 hearts, you're like, well, I'm good to go now.
I'm all right. Oh, and a heart container, so
not the same heart though. Sad face.
Yeah, true. That would have been super great. Still, good condition going into Mold.
Dr. Mario is skipping those locations though, so just making up that little bit more time.
A little bit.
He thought he missed it for a second there.
Yeah. And 10 arrows, not silver.
So he will not miss out on anything by skipping the chests.
Yeah.
He will get an extra heart there for choosing that one though.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
uh-oh.
No! This is big. Oh, and here comes another. Okay, got through. My goodness.
He's gonna check those for the silvers, not gonna find the silvers.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so if Scaryolive knows how to 1 cycle the Ganon phases with tempered, he's got a decent lead. If he doesn't know how to do that, specifically the first phase, of course.
And we're
Second phase is less trivial to do it with, especially with half magic and cape.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Scaryolive.
Oh, Dr. Mario with the zero though.
Man, gonna get blue balled. Got 1 though. Ooh, gotta be careful here. Still unable to get 1.
And of course, we have full ability for death to come into play here.
Yeah, we absolutely.
Although and even fairy animate, like even the death in terms of fairy animation could mean the difference in this race.
It could, and this is huge as Waganon continues to blue ball and is so far off from one of the shadows that second.
Oh, but the 1 shadow just took a really short hop, so it has a chance yet.
Still missed.
Yeah, so all the shadows are back in cycle again.
There we go.
We're there.
My goodness.
Scaryolive is on to phase 2. Yes, he is. He did get the 1 cycle.
Wow, that is clutch.
So with this, it becomes Scaryolive's race to lose at this point.
Yep.
Although that being said, silverless hits can be a little trolly at times too. So
definitely.
And we don't have any magic refills.
I don't believe we do.
So we're going to be relying on that torch glitch and using the torch to relight the lamps.
Yeah, for safety. Okay, on to the final phase for Scaryolive as Dr. Marty hits the first phase.
There's the torch glitch.
Got it.
1 hit. 2 hit. Of course, at this point, for anyone who doesn't know, the 2 swords have no difference in this phase. They both take 12 spins, as both of the spins do the same damage.
I think we've only got 3 so far.
Yeah, 3 so far.
4. My goodness.
And Dr. Mardio on to phase 4.
Yeah, and Michael's telling us in chat that they do have a magic refill.
Okay.
So you really could use the fire rod here if you wanted to really try to speed through this fight. Scaryolive certainly with the advantage right now. Oh.
There it is.
Got it. Unbelievable. Congratulations to Scaryolive.
Assuming we don't walk off the edge.
Yeah, being very careful about that, as you can see. Finishes with an official time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, 42 seconds.
GG to Scaryolive.
Incredible stuff.
So once again, that was Scaryolive just showing the sort of power of consistency there.
Absolutely.
Did everything that he could when he could. The only thing that really tripped him up at all was, like, as we said, that not routing in the graveyard ledge with the bonk things that both racers ended up doing. It affected him much less than Dr. Mardio either way, so...
Yes. Yes, indeed.
We'll talk to that with both racers, assuming they're both going to come in for interviews here. Of course, Dr. Mardio also through the door there.
Yep, and they finished 42 seconds apart. 1 hour, 42 minutes, 26 seconds for Dr. Mardio.
What a race.
What a race indeed. It's been great calling it with you, Spiffers.
Well, I'm just glad I didn't have to call it all by myself.
Yeah, got in here eventually.
GG, Scaryolive.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, I thought I was so behind.
Really?
Because of all the stupid little things I did, like when I forgot about the flippers, I could flippers to go to Thieves Town, and then I didn't know that, and I went through the mushroom, and then I realized, oh my God, I could have used my flippers. I felt like, because the sea that so much was super straightforward, so like every mistake you made could cost you a lot.
Felt magnified to you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, just a second. I'm gonna lower my volume of the game. I don't hear anything. I'm shaking right now.
I can understand that. That was intense, and you didn't even realize how close on your heels Doc was.
Yeah, I just saw that he finished like 40 seconds later.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
man.
bad.
Was
sure,
I like...
you finished 40 seconds later, you still would have won.
That's true. By about 6 seconds.
Well, he would have won by 4 seconds, which would have been enough to not be a tie.
Yep, just barely.
Okay, I can hear you guys now.
Yep.
Oh. I don't understand. Okay.
And welcome also to Dr. Mardio. GG.
Thanks, guys. How are you getting on?
Well, that was a great one to call.
Oh man.
You guys were neck and neck for much of the race.
Yeah,
Wow, really? Go on, sorry.
So it was hard to call it because of how you routed some of your dungeons and such there.
Yeah.
Because you had. Did you forget that you had the bow when you went into pod, or what happened there, Dr. Bardio?
Yeah, I basically just forgot I had the bow.
Because we're like, this routing doesn't make sense when you have the bow, and then you save and quit and out, and you didn't have the big key yet, and that in a way that is what came back to bite you, because that's where the lead change actually was in pod at the end.
Right. No, I was just panicking the whole way through the race. Because it was giving me lots of stuff immediately, but then I saw the fire rod, and then I saw the glove, and then thought, oh, it's going to be one of those seeds, isn't it?
Oh, especially since you knew that Green Pendant was Swamp right off the bat, right? You were the one that talked to Sahasrahla.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, good. So I don't need flippers or mirror, except that I need flippers and mirror.
Yeah.
I know, right?
All game long, I kept thinking I had gloves. Like, I tried to go that mountain. After I got my shot, I'm like, what? Oh, no, I don't have gloves.
You both did that.
Yeah, it's just muscle memory kicking in. You expect to have it at that stage.
That late? Yeah, we kept talking about it because it's true. If you guys, I think the last time we saw one of you do that, it was still over 45 minutes in. It's like, of course I have a glove. It just, you don't even think about it.
It was Scaryolive leaving Skull Woods was the last big one that we saw. He's like, I'm gonna go out the south end exit of Skull Wood. Oh wait, those are rocks that I need the gloves for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I felt pretty bad when I went to the Desert Palace. On the way there, I thought, I'm so dumb. I should have done the Smith route on the same way. Like, I should have picked up the Smith and then do the library, and do the purple chest. But then I think if I did that, I would have rust. But I totally forgot about the Smith chain.
You would have got a butter sword if you did that.
Oh, okay.
The Smiths had the last sword upgrade.
Which, because of your excellent Ganon fight, wouldn't have made a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's surprising that
it might have cleaned up your cold stare fight, but then again, you missed that first spin either way. So
yeah. It felt surprising that I got such a good Ganon fight, because I practiced before the race. I practiced bomb escape and Ganon silverless, which the bomb escape went really bad for me, and then in my practice I tried 5 times to do Ganon silverless and I failed 5 times. I was like, oh my god, this is not going. And then I kept not finding the silvers. I tried to find them in Ganon's tower on the way, and then my fight was super good. It's the first time I get a 3-hit on a cycle with them.
Yeah, sixth time was the charm, it seems like.
Yeah.
So now the other thing we're going to ask you guys both about is, so are we going to do more of the routing in the bonk locations and graveyard ledge at the same time next time?
Yeah.
Oh god.
You both didn't do that, and that would have given either one of you probably a game.
Well, I didn't have to, I was not in Dark World, so, and my way was, because, I like to do on the way, and then when I go back, I like to do Catfish after my King's Tomb location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, the way it was right now, it was either, I'm okay about that, but I think I would have saved a bit of time.
Yeah, and for you, it didn't affect so much because you basically did the bonk locations, got the fire rod, did Desert Palace, and came straight back there. Whereas for Dr. Mardio, now granted, it gave Dr. Mardio 2 swords for not doing that.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing is you would have probably if you had done that the first time, you probably would have been doing Master Sword silverless.
Yeah. When I got my big gloves, I don't know if you saw, I hesitated a bit while I was save and quitting, because in my head I was like, I should gamble Ice Palace, but I forgot that you need the hammer in Ice Palace. So I thought at least I gambled it, but I can finish it. But what I was if in the end I decided to go that mountain, but I was like, oh shit, I couldn't even have cleared it without the hammer. So
yeah.
I was
As
lucky.
you also went into Spike Cave and realized the same thing.
Yeah. At least it was not I don't have gloves at this time. Because I would have went all the way to the rock and then I couldn't. Yeah, that happened to me before. Well.
Yeah, just a seed that really threw us both for a loop, really.
It certainly did. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. I was really relieved when I saw the boots because I was like boots and armor go mode, and I was like, if I find armor, this opens up so much places where the boot could be. But if I find
boots was definitely the first
armor,
boot to
there's
get
not
first.
armor locks so many things like.
Yeah.
But then I knew that if armor was go mode, then armor would be probably go mode too, or something like that, because.
Well,
But it could have not been, basically.
I was about to say, and at least you knew that. Well, I'm not sure if you guys had thought through it, but we knew that boots couldn't be on pedestal because of the fact that fire rod was needed for Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
I know my brain wasn't working at that stage, so I thought I'd just check just to be sure.
Just to be sure. It's worth it. You're right there.
Yeah.
232 item menu, Dr. Martio. That is excellent.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. Very nicely done.
That's not too bad now. That's saving grace.
Only 2 off on your collection, right?
Yeah. I mean, and look at your total times, you two. Are you looking?
Yeah, 140.
0.15.
0.15 seconds. Dr. Martio actually had a lower total time by 0.15 seconds.
That's amazing.
How does that work? Because it's the menu time or something?
The save and quits, I guess.
Save and quit times. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I must. Yeah.
And I'm not sure if like lag time or anything plays into that as well.
I don't think it does. So it'll just be the time spent in the save and quit menus. So wow. I mean, it couldn't have been closer, guys. Well done to both of you.
Yeah, GG Marty, man.
Yeah, thanks for a great race, Scaryolive. It was a good one to go out on, I think.
Yeah. I would not have predicted that I would go to bracket stage, basically. I thought if I got like 2 wins or 3 wins, I would be like happy with this tournament.
You know, if you can put up 140s, that's what you can definitely get through to the...
I was pretty lucky because if you watch my stream, I'm a pendant lover guy, okay? I love pendants, okay? I always like, let's dip some pendants today. And then I couldn't dip some pendants today because Mr. Mario was not accessible.
I was going to say,
they were all locked.
You could have done first chest swamp. That was it.
Yeah, that was not worth it. But if I had the hammer at this spot, I was like, I should do it before I do like Hype Cave and stuff. But no. So
and I'd mentioned that I'm like, we're not far off Swamp Palace access, but then we also realized because of the fact that we don't need Mystery Mire or Turtle Rock, we just weren't far off of Go mode either.
Yeah. All right.
Well done to you both, and if you have any final thoughts, feel free to share them.
Thanks for everybody that's casting, tracking, restreaming, everybody watching. Thanks for Marty for fighting with me today, and let's hope I got a good elimination run and I don't hit like I'm gonna die so fast to like super crazy runners in there, but at least I made it.
I'm sure you'll do fine now, and best of luck now in the next round. I'm sure you will give them a good run, if nothing else. And yeah, same as he says, thanks to for everyone for tuning in to watch, and to you guys for commentating and sticking with us during the mad race that it was.
Yeah, our pleasure. Thank you for an amazing race, both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
So with that, do you want to take us home, Spiffers, or shall I?
For sure. So once again, everyone, throw in your GGs for Dr. Martio and Scaryolive, of course, and if you did enjoy the race, consider giving them a follow. We've got the links there in chat. Also, thank you very much to Michael K for tracking the race for us, and to Data World for restreaming this race so that we could talk to all you beautiful people. And thank you to Justin Z for jumping into this race after I was going on my own for about 15 minutes there.
Jumping into the race, jumping at the chance to cast with you again, Spiffers, so thank you very much.
Also, of course, we do want to throw out a big thank you to the ALTTP Randomizer channels. There are 4 of those that you may want to consider giving a follow. They host these races on a regular basis, as well as Speed Gaming. There are 6 of those channels, Speed Gaming through Speed Gaming 6. You may want to consider giving those a follow. They are hosting a lot of this tournament's races, as well as, of course, hosting a number of other speedrunning tournaments going on. And then finally, let me just pull up the schedule real quick. we'll see what races are going on in the very near future here. So at 5 o'clock, we have Hyphenated versus Dustsen on Speed Gaming 2. At 6 o'clock, we have Spooty Biscuit versus Macanex on Speed Gaming 5. And then there are a couple more races going on through the night as well.
A bunch. Yeah, we've got a good, maybe 8, 9, 10 more races. So if you want Rando, you're going to get it.
Yeah, and if you look up at the schedule, I don't know if there's there's a command here. I don't actually know what it is. But I assume there's a command in the channel somewhere that will bring up the schedule. There's all sorts of unrestreamed races as well. If you're just interested in watching any pair of people, there are, I'd say, a good solid 30 overall races going on tonight. Many of which are not being restreamed as well.
Right.
So yeah, once again, thank you, Justin ZZ, whichever you prefer.
Z. So there we
Justin
go.
Z. Okay. Data World, Michael K. To the runners, to the audience. Everyone have a fantastic afternoon, day, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is for you.
So long, everybody.